Don't try to convince people to stay. Don't try to change their mind. You can't force someone to stay if they want to leave. All you can do is accept their decision and move on. Sometimes people leave you with questions without answers, and you are left wondering what went wrong or where you missed the mark. Sometimes all the effort you put in doesn't result in the outcome you hoped for. When that happens, it's easy to get stuck in the regret of what could have been. It's easy to ruminate over the past and wonder what could have been done differently. But dwelling on these thoughts will only cause you more pain and suffering. The best thing you can do in this situation is to let them go. Here are 6 reasons why you should let them go. No. 1. Holding on to someone who doesn't want to be held is like trying to keep a bird from flying away. The more you try to hold on to it, sometimes people need to leave so that you can find them again. When the time is right, if you try to force someone to stay when they want to leave, it's important to respect their decision and let them go. Even if it's hard and painful, it's the best thing you can do for both of you. This doesn't mean that you'll never see them again. If it's meant to be, you'll find each other again when the time is right. In the meantime, you'll both have the opportunity to grow and change and become better people. That way, when you do reunite, you'll be able to make the relationship even better than before. No. 2. You cannot fit a round peg in a square hole. No matter how much effort you put into making it work, it will never be successful. Trying to force something that isn't meant to be only causes pain and suffering. Instead, focus on finding something that is a better fit for you. Let me tell you a story. A man was trying to fit a round peg in a square hole, and he was struggling. He tried and tried, but it just wouldn't fit. Frustrated, he decided to take a break and come back to it later. When he came back, he looked at the peg and the hole and realized he turned the peg around and it fit perfectly. The moral of the story is that sometimes we have to look at things from a different perspective. In order to find the solution, we have to be willing to change our approach and try something new. Don't be afraid to do things differently. If something isn't working, try a different approach. You may just be surprised at what you can achieve. No. 3. Some doors are closed so that you can open other doors. Sometimes you have to let go of one thing in order to make room for something better. You can't carry around a backpack full of regrets and expectations. At some point, it's going to weigh you down and hold you back. It's time to lighten your load and start fresh. You're not responsible for the actions of others. You can't control what other people do or say. You can only control your own thoughts and actions. Instead, let it go and focus on the positive. It's not always easy, but it's important to remember that you can't control everything. Let go of the things you can't change and focus on the things you can. Number 4, they're not your cup of tea, and that's okay. Not everyone is meant to be in your life forever. When it comes to relationships, it's important to remember that not every relationship is meant to last forever. Sometimes people come into our lives for a reason. Other times, people are in our lives for a season. And sometimes people are in our lives for a lifetime. Those are the people who are meant to be in our lives forever. It's important to remember that all relationships are valuable. When someone is not meant to be in your life forever, it can be difficult to accept. You may feel rejected or unwanted, but it's important to remember that it's not personal. Sometimes people have to leave so that you can grow. Sometimes people leave you with questions without answers. Sometimes things do go according to plan. Sometimes all the effort you put in doesn't result in the outcome you hoped for. When that happens, it's easy to get stuck in the regret of what could have been. It's easy to ruminate over the past and wonder what could have been done differently. But dwelling on these thoughts will only cause you more pain and suffering. The best thing you can do in this situation is to let them go. No. 5. You can't save everyone, and you shouldn't try to. It's easy to get caught up in trying to save everyone, but it's not realistic and it's not fair to you or to them. Not everyone wants to be saved, and those who do can usually find their own way. When you try to save someone who doesn't want to be saved, you're doing them a disservice. You're taking away their chance to find their own path. This doesn't mean that you're a bad person. It just means that you need to focus your energy on the people who are willing to be saved. There are many people who need your help, but you can't help everyone. It's important to choose wisely and focus on those who are truly open to receiving your help. This is the best way to make the most of your time and energy. Number 6, you're not responsible for the happiness of others. You can't control the actions of others. You can only control your own thoughts and actions. So when someone else does something that hurts you, don't take it personally. Instead, let it go and focus on the positive. It's not always easy. Let go of the things you can't change and focus on the things you can. In conclusion, sometimes people leave us with questions without answers. Sometimes things don't go according to plan and we are left wondering what went wrong or where we missed the mark. Sometimes all the effort we put in doesn't result in the outcome we hoped for. When that happens, it's easy to get stuck in the regret of what could have been. It's easy to ruminate over the past and wonder what could have been done differently. But dwelling on these thoughts will only cause us more pain and suffering. The best thing we can do in this situation is to let them go. Holding on to someone who doesn't want to be held is like trying to keep a bird from flying away. The more we try to hold on to it, the more it will struggle. Sometimes people need to leave so that we can find them again. When they want to leave, we're not only hurting ourselves, but also the other person. It's important to respect their decision and let them go. Even if it's hard and painful, it's the best thing we can do for both of us. This doesn't mean that we'll never see them again. If it's meant to be, we'll find each other again when the time is right.